I'm about to slide 2 large shepherd's pies into the oven. One of them is vegan approved, made with lentils, and you can see how I marked it with a big V when I raked the mashed potatoes, while the other one is made with ground beef and marked with a big O for omnivore. Aside from the ground beef, all other ingredients are the same for both pies, which makes their preparation a breeze. Let me show you how easy this is to do. So here's a quick look at all the ingredients I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be making 2 shepherd's pies. I have 2 trays where I've laid out my potatoes. This will be my potato topping, and there'll be a sweet potato going in each one. I may not put the whole sweet potato in because it tends to make it a little bit runny. But I have to peel and boil those to make mashed potatoes. The ingredients going into the mashed potatoes are going to be right here. I'm going to use a butter replacement, a vegan approved butter replacement, and coconut milk. I've used other types of non-dairy milk before. I like the coconut milk because it gives it just a hint of that flavor, that coconut flavor. Let's take a quick look at the protein portion of these shepherd's pies so that I can get these ingredients back into refrigeration while I prepare for their use. First, we have 2 types of lentils. Some I had previously cooked and frozen, plus a can of lentils I opened and rinsed to top up the quantity. You can see that I'm using the pans they will be baked in to measure how much is needed. This next pan contains lean ground beef pre-cooked with a small quantity of mushroom and onion. These were prepared and measured in advance, with any excess frozen separately for future use. And as you've already seen, similar sized aluminum pans were used to measure the number of potatoes needed. The sauce used to flavor the bottom layer is the key to making this delicious dish, and is very simple to make. Begin with a vegetarian mushroom sauce and add some low-sodium soy sauce, then add some basic seasoning and some cornstarch, and it is that easy. I'll put the sauce recipe up with ingredient amounts for 1 large pan. The vegan shepherd's pie will have the 2 cans of Niblets corn in it, with 1 can mixed in with the bottom layer of lentils, while the other will be mixed with the diced carrots in the middle layer. All other vegetables seen here, including the onion, carrots, celery, and green pepper, will be used with both shepherd's pies. There are distinct advantages to making most of the ingredients common to both shepherd's pies, but aside from the lentils, there are 3 ingredients you will have to seek out. 2 I have already mentioned in the vegan butter replacement and the coconut milk, which are available at most grocery stores, but the vegetarian mushroom sauce is a little more obscure. I had to go to the local Asian market to buy the one shown here. But the good news is that a number of suitable replacements are sold just about anywhere, including Walmart. I have used the 5 brands depicted in this image with some good results. There are no rules to making a shepherd's pie. There is only tradition, with one of those traditions being to use whatever you have in meat or vegetables handy. A traditional shepherd's pie is a hearty dish with origins in the United Kingdom and Ireland, thought to have been developed through the 17th and 18th centuries. It is composed of a layer of ground meat or other protein, cooked in gravy or sauce, a second layer that may contain any or all of onions, carrots, celery, corn, peas, etc., then topped with a 3rd layer of mashed potatoes, which is usually raked and then browned and crusted by broiling. Getting back to the preparation, all of the potatoes and sweet potatoes for both of the shepherd's pie are now boiling away in a suitable sized pot. I've dropped a couple of vegetable bouillon cubes in the water to very subtly flavor the potatoes, but mostly to flavor the water, which when drained makes a superb vegetable broth for multiple uses. Meanwhile, I am sautéing diced onions, celery, and green pepper in 2 batches to be mixed with the sauce and the different bottom layers of both shepherd's pies separately. As I mentioned, aside from the different bottom layers of lentils and ground beef, all other ingredients are common to both shepherd's pies. The Niblets corn is the only exception here, but that is simply a request. So now the lentils are mixed with the sautéed onions, celery, and green pepper. Stir the mix in until you see the cornstarch coagulating. So there's the first layer of the vegan shepherd's pie with 1 of the cans of Niblets corn mixed in. Now I'll go through the same process with the ground beef, minus the corn. And there's the ground beef in the pan. And there are the diced carrots ready to go in. And the mashed potatoes. And you see these were yellow potatoes, and a large sweet potato was, or the equivalent of a large sweet potato was mashed in with it. So you see that orangey color that it has. Now the second can of Niblets corn is added to the middle layer of the vegan version and topped up with diced carrots, while the other shepherd's pie has only carrots for its middle layer. And finally, the mashed potatoes form the top layer, where they are raked and in this case marked with the letters V and O for vegan and omnivore. Then they are covered in foil and baked at 350 for 40 minutes. After that, they are placed under the broiler uncovered for 5 or 6 minutes to brown the ridges and form a crust. And there is the finished product. For my next video, I'm going to demonstrate my vegan burger. I hope to see you then.
When the stars won't shine for you, and your dreams turn black and blue, on those dark nights you'll be alright, I'll be right there with you. Together we'll see it through. When the stars won't shine for you, and your dreams turn black and blue, on those dark nights you'll be alright, I'll be right there with you. Together we'll see it through.